Very much. Thank you, Minister, for coming into Chamber today. You're very welcome. Firstly, I want to congratulate you on the reopening of schools. It was a mammoth task and things are not perfect, but in the main, the fact that our children are back at school, back with their friends, they're working well in the bubbles and the pods, and I know my children are very happy with the rules. They're so happy to be back with their teachers, their routine and their learning. And it is a pleasure to send happy children out to school every day. And I want to congratulate and thank all our teachers, our SNAs and all our school staff. They have worked so incredibly hard and continue to do so. They are fearful, like us all, that the case of COVID will come into their school, and there has been cases, and this is not a failure. This is the situation that we're in, and there should not be any COVID shaming of schools or teachers or our children. There have been a lot of personal sacrifices by many teachers and school staffs to open the school, reopen our schools, and to keep them happy, fun and safe places for our children. But one point of contention I have is in relation to some schools having to close down classrooms and losing teaching numbers, resulting in class sizes. I have written to you on numerous occasions and have received comprehensive responses in relation to 3 schools in my constituency, but it hasn't helped the situation. Rampark School, Delargy and St Patrick's and Monaster Boyce, these schools were left or just within the threshold to keep their teaching numbers. I'll use Rampark School as my example in Lordship, County Louth, and it's a fantastic school having to cram classes into one. They have a classroom sitting empty. Whilst they are struggling and failing to deal with social distancing, they took all the advice, they pulled out all the furniture they could, they made an appeal through the independent process and they were denied, and they are struggling. The solution is one teacher. And Minister, I urge you to have flexibility in this matter and look at these situations all across this country. I know resources are tight, but these are spectacular times, and we do have a government commitment to lower class sizes, so I hope this is an opportunity to do this. I also want to discuss the annual difficulties of school transport. Every year we have a mess. You have inherited this problem or tradition, and we have some buses that take some children on concession tickets, then this unfair lottery system that penalises some parents on several different points. And I note that you have a comprehensive answer about social distancing and post-primary school transport, but I want to know, do you have a date for when this will be taken care of? Because I have a situation locally that there's 48 people crammed on several buses and no social distancing. And the parents are very concerned, and the teachers, because there's social distancing and very careful social distancing within the school and not on their school transport. I feel that with the school transport system in general, there are cost efficiencies that can be gained. There's money being lost, and I would ask you, Minister, to fast-track a review of the entire concession tender system and process of the school transport scheme this year, and to be ready for next year's school start. We know how many children will be travelling to a particular school every year. In fact, we can estimate this in number of years in advance. We have a great private bus operators and great bus Éireann all over the country who have suffered. The private bus operators have suffered incredibly over the past few months, and with these businesses efficiencies can be found, and this, never mind, will, in my opinion, will save the state money in the long run, but also bring business to private bus operators. We need to think creatively about this. I want to highlight one thing. The local private bus operators one of my local private bus operators is getting €8 per day to clean 6 buses. That's $130 per bus. That's for equipment and time. This is wrong, and I think this should be looked at. $130 to clean a bus is not right every single day. I hope you take my points into consideration, Minister Oireachtas.